So, when we're looking at frequently asked questions by parents for their students with IEPs, a lot of things can be really overwhelming. So, you might want to ask, will this impact how the school views my other child or student? It won't. It shouldn't. This disabilities are something that are like individual to a child, and it's not necessarily something that their sibling is going to have or a cousin. And so, and teachers shouldn't know about the IAP or things unless they are teaching the students. So, and even if your family member is having the same teacher as your student is, or as your student with a disability is, there should be no overlap. That shouldn't be something that's being discussed. And the child's accommodations shouldn't be discussed even with family members or close friends or anything. Even if they're in the same classroom, that's not something that should be happening, and that would violate student rights, and that's something that can be discussed with legal people. Another frequently asked question could be my student needs this assistive technology and the school doesn't have it. Do they have to provide it? And the answer to that would be yes. If your student is taking a certain class and they need that classroom has a step in it that is not accessible for the students, they need to get rid of the step. Or if the class uses lots of music and the students have to listen to the music and your student is deaf, they need to have accommodations for the student, and that needs to be changed. So even if it's something that is expensive for the school to implement, like having hearing loops, special headphones, ramps, anything like that, that needs to be provided, and schools get money from the federal government to provide these accommodations. So there's no reason that the school wouldn't be able to make the changes. And again, that would be violating your child's rights if they're not providing the appropriate accommodations as outlined in their IEP. And it not already having been done at the school is not a reason to deny an accommodation. The last frequently asked question that I want to talk about is if a student is expelled, like is if the student is expelled for an antisocial behavior, maybe they have autism and their stimming is not okay, or they have Tourette's and they tuck out in class, they can't be expelled for that. And if a student is expelled for that, again, that's something that the school can get in a lot of trouble for and they can be sued for. That's not an acceptable reason to sue your child, and it shouldn't prevent, if you want to pull your kid from the school, it shouldn't prevent them from going to another school in the district. All students are entitled to a free and appropriate public education, so your kid shouldn't be forced to go to a private school that you're gonna have to pay money for just because of something that they can't help. That's all I have for the frequently asked questions.